Welcome everybody to the next episode of Purely Purple Podcast. How you guys doing? Well, this time we're having a Valentine's special going on over here in the theater. Everything seems to be going on pretty alright. So...
God damn it, Draven! Get in there! Why did you give me the wrong spell?
No, you said it wrong.
How
It's supposed to be lemon. You said lemon.
Lemon?
That means life, goddammit. You brought life and we're supposed to bring love.
God damn it!
God damn it. Oh, shit.
should I ask?
All right, just...
Draven gave me a wrong spell.
No.
Yes,
All right,
you
no,
did.
mother...
You did.
No.
Yes,
no.
you did.
All right, so you're supposed to do the right spell. Okay, I gave him the right spell. He was supposed to say Liebe, which means love. You know, since it's Valentine's soon, you know? Valentine's Day. Hey, he said Leben, life. He brought life to the world. He brought his... What did you fill her in?
Okay,
What did you fill her in, huh?
Okay.
Wait, okay. Repeat this to me. What exactly were you doing, and why is he giving you witchcraft?
Okay. It was supposed to be some stupid funny it was supposed to be where we actually summon my ex just because she actually passed away sadly, okay? And
You mean you were trying to summon your ex?
yes, just to say bye. Final goodbyes. Stuff like that. Ghost.
If you need to say a final goodbye, to go to a graveyard, to like the cemetery to where they're buried, you don't...
We did.
Oh, my
Draven wanted to help out.
Of course, you told me you wanted my help. I said I was down for anything. You know this.
Yes, I noticed. But next time, actually, you do the spell next time, okay? Don't let someone inexperienced do it.
Dude,
What?
God.
You just write it down. You didn't even
You
describe
told me
it.
you wanted to talk to her, so I came by to help you talk to her.
Well, you didn't give me you only gave me instructions. Just said read this and that's it. You didn't give me the exact pronunciation.
God damn it. All right, I'll take the fall on that.
Yeah.
I should have expected you to know German. That was my fault.
So you gave this dumbass a spell. Expected him to be smart enough to get everything together and recite it well, right? So tell me what exactly happened afterwards. Like what? Why?
All right.
Corpse
Okay,
bride
so-
situation. Corpse bride
So
situation.
his wife, or his ex, whatever it is,
Ex.
she comes back to life, and here she is, and we thought it was just going to be a temporary thing. Just a temporary thing. And so she comes back to life, but didn't account that she would stay alive. So she starts going after us, trying to marry him and kill me because I'm close to him.
Yeah.
So you have a rogue zombie just walking around here, pretty much.
Yeah, like zombie corpse.
Yeah.
Because it's more. More like corpse really. She acts more human than zombie.
Okay, so I've got to figure out a goddamn spell to put her back.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a good few minutes for me to do that. Maybe an hour. I don't even know.
Yeah. All right. Well, what are you doing here, anyways?
You do realize we're in a theater and they're prepping for a show right now. I was just given permission to use this place because it's the quietest part of it. It's also the most open. What is wrong with you?
Blame him too, not just me.
Dude, they have like power tools and stuff. How do you think they're gonna react when they have a like? Oh my god.
I mean, at least your ex will be double dead.
Yeah.
You get to say that.
Okay. Okay, but here's the direct question at this point. How are you gonna do this without?
Well,
There's a will,
well-
there's a way. There's a will, there's a way. Let's just say it like that.
well, luckily, I've managed to bring my supplies.
Also, here's another thing. How did you manage to pull another stunt like this, considering what happened last time in Sedona?
Okay, whose
What
fault was
happened
that
last
though? Let's see. Whose fault was that? Was it Aiden's or was it mine?
You could have replied to the email.
Yeah. That's the thing. He has Yahoo. I have Gmail.
And you still
could
get
say
emails
it.
from Yahoo to Gmail.
Also, other thing, he doesn't have my goddamn email.
All you have
He was
to
only
do,
close friends with you.
He has your Instagram though.
Yeah, he didn't send me.
if you had his email, you could have still sent something to him.
Yeah, I didn't
I
have
don't
his
even know
email.
what's going on. I wasn't even there.
I didn't
Now
have
I'm
his
mad.
email. That's the thing.
So you're telling me that this isn't the first time he's messed up like this?
No. She's trying to put the blame on me, even though she got the email first.
No, I'm saying you listen. Considering the fact that we knew this stuff was, I don't know, real. Why is it that I don't know? You're deciding, hey, let me just dip my toe back into this entire mess when we had a chance to leave.
Hey, mother, I'm lonely. What else?
I don't know, get Tinder. Go to a strip club. I don't know, do something if you're that lonely.
Wait up. Actually, let's see. Tinder, whole lot of fakes. What else? Strippers, whole lot of fake ass.
I'm not gonna lie, a lot of those ass is real.
Yeah, but not like that. Whole lot of fakes.
I'm just saying, you get to meet people there.
Fakes, and I'm not trying to look for someone like that.
Look, I'm just saying, hey, there's gonna be a lot of lonely people going.
Yeah.
You can meet either like a single girl, a single guy if you're into that, or like anybody's non-binary. It doesn't really matter. You can meet someone, go out on a date. You know, two lonely people going to see people. Come on. Instead of having,
it was supposed to be a final goodbye, but this man messed up. That's it.
That's not my fault. That was your fault.
No.
I stand by that. The word, you know what I said.
Yeah.
Clear
You
thing.
did not give me the pronunciations correct.
Alright, fine. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix this anyway.
Alright.
So,
Alright.
don't worry about it.
Isn't there like a delay or something like that?
I don't know. This is the first time I've had to deal with dead, and I've got to find the right proper spell to do this damn thing. This thing doesn't even have table of contents, you know.
Okay, we'll start looking for it.
So where was the last place you saw her?
Ooh. You know, let's just say like this. Like around maybe the cemetery. So we just booked it right after. Looking like she's walking slow, like.
Okay.
Yeah. So we still have a good amount of time since we just booked it.
Alright, so now that you're here and currently impeding on what I'm doing,
Yeah.
on the off chance we end up getting kicked out, how about you guys help me out since you're trying to do this whole romance thing for Valentine's Day?
Fine.
Yeah, so I was trying to record the second episode in peace.
Oh, why didn't you invite me?
I don't know, maybe because you said, hey, I'm busy today. I didn't expect the busy to be you.
Yeah, but you didn't let me know or anything.
Plus, last time I remember ever doing anything with the podcast with you, you were stuck in a car with Wendigo shapeshifter version of Aiden, who had apparently took his place, and then we had to go all the way back at one point to actually find him.
Yeah. Okay. It was on me on that. But you can't blame me on that, at least. It was the first time we actually saw one of those.
Okay. Anyway. You're stupid.
Alright. Well, hey. Well, might as well just start this podcast.
Anyway, ladies and gents, and well, all friends together. Welcome to the Dragon.
What? Sorry. I think I found the right spell.
Okay.
So,
Maybe not right at this moment, in case something else goes wrong.
Don't worry. I don't have any proper preparation. We have to put items down before it.
Alright. But anyway, everyone, welcome to the second-ish episode, mini-series, whatever you want to call it, of the Purely Purple podcast. It's Valentine's Day. Let's go.
Alright. Let's see how it goes.
Alright, so before this, what I was going to talk about is how it started.
Ooh.
So the main consensus of how Valentine's Day started, avoiding the whole what just happened here. So the way Valentine's Day apparently started was there was a martyr named Valentine. I think that later on they...
Valentine.
Huh?
It was a pope. Oh, it was like a priest in a sense named Valentine.
Yeah, and so it was during a time in Rome where a lot of Christians were getting persecuted. So what this Valentine would do, he would oftentimes kind of like officiate ceremonies for them and just whatever else that they would like to do. I don't remember if he would hold a mass or something. So he ended up...
Most likely. He actually did it more secretly, most of the time.
Yeah. Well, eventually he got caught, pretty much. And then he got arrested and all that, you know, put in jail, and they said they were going to execute him. Well, anyway, so during that time, apparently he fell in love with the daughter of his jailer, who he, like, kind of... You know how Jesus took away the blindness of someone?
Yeah.
He did that to the jailer's daughter. And then they would constantly send notes back and forth. And he would often sign them with your Valentine.
Did not know that. I knew about him getting executed. I did not know he was a flirting type of man.
Yeah,
That
and
explains the
apparently,
Valentine's thing.
Yeah.
it might have been his last letter that was like signed off as your Valentine, and I think that was either the day of or the day before he got executed,
Yeah.
which is what's gonna happen to you later.
Huh.
So then there's another one that I was taking a look at and double checking as well.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. Like what a lot of people are saying is considered the first Valentine's in a sense.
Lupercalia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's weird. Really weird, actually.
yeah, I mean, I don't know how much you guys have read up on it.
A little bit. Know the backstory of it.
I didn't really read up on that part of history.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want me to explain?
Uh,
Or you got it?
I got it because I kind of want to see your reaction to one part if you haven't seen it already.
Yeah, mostly
And
for...
I feel like you would enjoy it, Draven.
Oh, yeah, you would.
Lay it on me.
Lupercalia, pretty much. So it was a pagan festival held each year in Rome, like on the 15th of February and such. So the way Lupercalia started was the founders of Rome, Romulus and Remus. What happened was that after they were kind of abandoned by their father, who's a king, they were found and raised by like this wolf until they're found by a shepherd and raised by him and his wife and so forth. Well, anyway, once Rome got more settled and they got into more power, because, you know, they built this place, right?
Yeah.
They decided that they were going to celebrate this, the wolf that raised them. You know, they're going to celebrate her. So they made up Lupercalia. Lupercalia is a lot bloodier and...
Graphic as hell.
Yeah, very graphic, very sexual. Reminds me a lot of Theater of the Cruelty, which that is something I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so it would include stuff like they would, like, all the names of the women would be placed into, like, a bowl or something. Speaking directly in binaries. They would be placed into a bowl, and they would be picked out by a man, and they would be together until the next one. They would oftentimes, like, fall in love or whatever, but that isn't, like, the main part of, what Lupercalia was. So what happened, with Lupercalia is that oftentimes they would have a sacrifice
Hey, yo.
to, yeah, they would oftentimes sacrifice, like,
Wouldn't it be mostly animals?
yeah,
Like,
it was animals. It was male goats and oftentimes, like, dogs.
yeah,
And so they would...
they would actually skin them and, like, wear them as clothes in a sense.
Yeah, so the way it happens on here, because I'm double-checking on history.com right now, I'm going to be honest. Lupercalia, what happened was once they sacrificed these goats and these dogs, so these Roman priests called the Luperci, if they still pronounce the C and the I with the CH, like how Italian does. So they would smear the blood of these animals on two naked Luperci.
Yeah.
Using, like, their sacrificial knife, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And then... This one's a bit weird to think of. They would remove the blood with milk-soaked wool as the priest would laugh. But that wasn't the weirdest part. So what would happen was when because they had a feast apparently, and so when the feast was over, they would cut strips of the goat hide. They were called like thongs or fibrua. And what happened was either they would give it to someone or they would run around naked around like these places, hitting whichever woman was in distance with these thongs. Which sounds utterly ridiculous. Like, I mean...
Wasn't it, like, more like whipping, huh?
Yeah, like, they would whip... Like, they would run around with these goat hides naked and smack people.
My kind of tradition.
Yeah, over time, it, like, you know, lost popularity, especially with the nakedness part. People would still get hit, though. And then you had St. Valentine that came up and that just ended up becoming the more popular one.
Yeah. Hey, at least it became more peaceful.
I mean, I guess that Valentine's doesn't have any naked people running. Or naked hides.
Well, I mean, they have Cupid.
True.
It's true.
Cupid an angel, or is...
So,
cherub, I think.
In angel terms, Cupid is a type of cherub. Meanwhile, Cupid is also if I'm remembering this correctly, the Roman version of Eros.
Yeah.
A Greek god, pretty much, a Roman god.
Oh, now
and
we know.
Hermes, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, they have the whole story of him falling in love with, what was her name? Let me see if I can double check this. Cupid and Psyche, yes. So he fell in love with a human named Psyche at one point. And I saw the story a while back, but if either of you guys happen to remember that story, it'd be well appreciated.
Not really.
Because apparently, she was being chased by someone because of something that happened. And, because I think they wanted to sacrifice her or something. And he ended up taking her over to his home, I think either at the top of the mountain or in the clouds, not Olympus, by the way. And he would tell her, like, that he would join her in the night, but she could never see his face. And then, she ended up having... Either he left or she had to leave because she ended up seeing him at some point anyway because she got too curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't fully remember how this ended, but I saw it a very long time ago.
Alright.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting how Valentine's Day works, especially considering the fact that there are so many different cultures that have, like, different celebrations for it. Like, I know in Southeast Asia, I think it is, they have White Day.
Yeah.
Which, for them, if I'm remembering correctly how it works, or because they have 2 days like that. One is White Day, and I don't remember, quite frankly, the name of the other one. But, like, I think, again, speaking binaries, the girls would give these guys that they were interested in, like, chocolates or some sort of gifts. Meanwhile, then afterwards, if the guys liked the gifts, they would then get one for the girl that, like, to kind of, like, reciprocate, they would get her a gift in return.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering this correctly.
Okay. I don't know if that's how gift culture actually happened.
Well, I mean, that's over there. Gift culture, I think, has been around for a while.
True.
You know, it's...
Gifts, even back when, before, proper ring for marriage, gifts were just the way to show your marriage, in a way.
Yeah.
That part I know. Rings didn't come into play until the diamond factory, or the diamond companies are like, hey, we have value for these things. Spend a lot of money for your loved ones. And that's how they kind of formed a monopoly around things like that.
I thought it was mainly, like, I haven't exactly double-checked this myself, but I thought the whole thing with the rings was mainly kind of not only to symbolize the, like, on the left hand, the connection to the heart, that way with lovers, but also just kind of like a more physical representation of the, like, the string of fate, pretty much. Like, you would oftentimes see that in anime, for example.
That's what they say. But
That's what a lot of people say, but who knows?
the reasoning was, just for money.
Most of the
Wanted to
time.
get some money out there, wanted to get people to buy things. And people weren't really buying diamonds beforehand. So.
But also, weren't rings popular for centuries beforehand?
Oh, rings were
instance?
always popular.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until diamonds. Diamonds were the real popular ones later on. Those rings, yeah, they have been around for a long time. Before it was just gold bands. Then they threw in the diamonds because, make money off it. You get a lot of it, might as well make money on it.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey. So, want some cookies?
Not currently, but thank you.
Nah, I'm good, man.
But no, it's really interesting hearing how, like, the history of Valentine's Day came around, which, by the way, did you know, fun fact, our current cartoon heart is based off of the silphium seed? Do you guys know what silphium is?
No, not really.
Silphium is my favorite story to tell when it comes to, like, anything medicine, because of the fact that silphium, where that came from, is on, like, I think it was, like, I don't want to say the Horn of Africa, but it was somewhere around there, where this plant called silphium would only grow there, pretty much.
Oh, wait a minute. You did send me information about that.
Yes, and I'm going to get to that in a second. So the way that silphium works, pretty much, was that it only grew in this one place, but it was extremely popular because of the fact that for silphium, it could be used for pretty much anything. It could be used topically, it could be used orally, and pretty much it, like, if you had a headache, it took care of headaches. If you had hemorrhoids, it took care of hemorrhoids. If you had, like, fever or something, it helped out with that. And
so the ultimate medicine?
Yeah, it would also help out, like, helped, like, make your food a lot more tastier. Like, there's actually, and not that any of us are going to try this, I hope, because I don't know how I feel about ever trying flamingo or parrot. But it went well with flamingo and parrot recipes.
Huh.
You know, where you're cooking them on a spit or something.
So the ultimate seasoning as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
But most importantly, the reason why I say our cartoon heart comes from them is because silphium was also one of the best forms of birth control at the time. You took silphium, and it could be, like, orally, it could be, other ways. If you know what I mean.
Suppository. Let's just say it like that.
Yeah, suppository. And it would, like, it was just, like, the best birth control at the time, and it was so popular that, like, there's a whole bunch of poetry on it. You had the Roman Empire stashing like things about, I think, Julius Caesar, if I'm remembering where I read this correctly, because I have written about this so many times.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So they had a stash there, and everybody just absolutely loved this thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember. It was also so popular that because of the fact it only grew in one place and could not be cultivated anywhere else, they constantly had to kind of like have like a nice guarding around it, because people would break in and they would try to steal it. It would be sold in the black market, for example, or whatever black market they had at the time. Another thing too, a lot of sheep herders would try to get their flock in there, because apparently what silphium would do as well, it would make their meat better, like I think more tender, for example. And
Meat steroid.
but yeah, no, they would pretty much make they would use it for like a whole bunch of different things, to be honest. And so yeah, it ended up being so overused that at one point it just kind of went extinct.
Really?
From people not only stealing it, from people like, you know, here's the thing, if you found out that there was a place in the world that they had a birth control that only grew there,
Yeah,
and a whole bunch of other stuff, you'd go there, you'd be using it over and over and over again, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are trying to wonder, like, what did this thing really exist? Because how's it that it can only grow in one place? Well, here's the thing. Back then, I don't know whether they had the resources to be able to change, like, the alkaline and the acidity of, like,
The water in the sense?
not water,
No?
soil.
Oh.
That's why you have, like, I think it was hydrangeas that change color depending on, like, the levels of alkaline and acidity in, like, in the soil.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so it might be that's one theory, and then another one is that it's a hybrid plant. And a hybrid plant does not do well in cultivation, reason being because so what a hybrid plant is, it's kind of like you have two plants that over the sense of generations somehow end up mixing together, you know, like a mom and dad pretty much.
Yeah.
And so they combine to make this new plant. So oftentimes it's only the first generations that are ever, like, for example, like this one, where, and say if that plant were to reproduce in some way, right? You know, like how we have pretty much every other plant, like, in the planet doing that. Each one would be progressively, I think they explained it worse. Like, it would not be the same, it would not have the same properties, nothing like that. So that's one of the reasons why it was hard to cultivate, as well, because, again, there are possibly more scientific reasons, and they compare it often to the huckleberry.
Oh.
Do you guys know what huckleberry is?
I know what Huckleberry Finn is.
Yeah. I'll be your huckleberry. Anyway. So, what a huckleberry is that I think in, what's the name of the mountain range here in the west?
Mountain Range here in the west.
It's not Appalachian, is it?
I don't think so. Superstition?
No.
No, that's...
No. So, it's a long mountain range we got here in the U.S. So what happens is in that area, huckleberry would grow, and huckleberry is a type of fusion or a hybrid plant as well. So is it? No, just because it's not just here.
Oh, in the United States?
Yeah. So
Mache
anyway.
Mir Main Schöpfung.
Okay.
The Rocky Mountains.
Just ignoring that for a second.
Alright.
So what happened was, do you have it up?
Rocky Mountains, most likely.
Possibly. I'm not 100%. But either way, they would grow in, like, these mountainous areas. And what would happen is there have been people who have gone up to try to, like, take this huckleberry plant and, you know, make a farm with it. But it never worked because they continuously died.
Yeah. So
it has to do a lot with the terrain, possibly the soil contents, and possibly the fact, again, it's a fusion. Or not a fusion, it's a hybrid.
Yeah.
So considering it's a hybrid, it's not going to work.
So multiple factors that actually happen all at once.
Yeah.
Where it's like the ultimate plant, but like too many factors included that needs to incorporate just to be able to keep it safe and secure. Damn.
Also, another thing, too, most people died on the way of trying to get the huckleberry.
Makes sense.
But the reason why I sent you the thing about the silphium a while back was because I was very happy to hear about this, again, as it's one of my favorite things to talk about when it comes to medicine.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the fact that they think they might find a way to bring it back if it was... Either they found a way to bring it back or they found something extremely close to it in the same area where it grew originally.
Oh, if there's a will, there's a way. Let's just say it like that.
Also,
Right.
knowing today's thing, like the technology we have today, there's a huge chance that they would be able to bring it back.
No.
But yeah, no, I just absolutely love this plant because it's amazing when you get to come up to a person when they're kind of curious about it and you get to say, oh yeah, it's the plant that got to death.
God.
Because that's pretty much what happened.
In a way, like the way that you described it, I had to agree. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the thing, I think the extinction of that, because of how popular it was, might have set us back a little bit in the progress we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely would have, because we could use that medicine now.
Yeah, including because of the fact, as well, you have the witch bull hunt that happened a little bit after the Black Plague, where, I don't know how well this goes into whole, like, Valentine's Day thing, but, you know, it might a little bit, now that I think about it.
A little.
So
Someone
Bear-
make love
someone-
potions back when.
No, so the witch bull hunt happened was after the Black Plague. So Afro-Eurasia lost about, or mainly just Europe, if you want to go more specific, lost about 1/3 of their population. Some cities like wiped out, other stuff like, right?
Yeah.
So what happened was that Pope Innocent VIII, him seeing all of this and also kind of getting this one, I think, witch hunter who was bugging him for a while.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm remembering correctly, he released this papal that it's called a papal, I think, that was pretty much saying, hey, if there's anybody who seems to be doing witchery,
Witchery.
yeah, which includes stuff like anything with birth control, helping out with birth, preventing like pregnancy, all sorts of different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You could do whatever came to mind to them.
But
There's no but.
oh,
Whatever came to mind, you could do to this person.
I know.
And you know, some people have very colorful imaginations.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much, this, like, if I'm remembering correctly, the list of like victims, for example, of this would end up not only be people who they suspected of witchery, obviously. It would also be like people like doulas, midwives, anybody who did anything with like gynecology, certain like herbalists, for example.
Yeah.
And it was like that for a very long time because they were like the only the only sex you should have at the time is for conception.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing I would say kind of push us back along with the whole, you know, Sophium thing. Because I honestly think that we would have been a lot better off today had some stuff not been passed. But, you know, that's just personal.
Yeah.
No, I think that's just fact.
Yeah.
A lot of people pushing a lot of things that just.
All right.
So, but no, it's interesting really how much time can determine things, but also people's will.
True.
I realize I'm talking a lot about this stuff. Is there anything you guys want to mention before I mention this next part I kind of want to talk about?
Yeah, let's actually lead on to more.
Because...
We could lead on more on how it is represented in media.
True. But before we do that, can I mention this one last one?
What?
Because I do want to see your guys' opinion. My computer died.
Oh no.
Anyway, we'll be fine. We got this one.
Okay.
So, pretty much... So the one I want to mention before we get into the next one, which I'm hoping you keep a tab on.
Mm-hmm.
So, the way that... And I really want to get your guys' opinion on this.